Hi everyone. For paper number 2, you are about to do your first works cited page. So I wanted to give you a little tour of what that usually looks like. I'm not going to be grading too severely for this one, but I want us to start to get used to the spacing, the tabs, the alphabetical order, and all that other good stuff. So I'm going to show you a document that's in the modules. We're just going to give you some examples that you can try to copy from. And here we go with modules. I have the syllabus and course materials module open, and I want to look at the document called Works Cited Sample Page. So I'm going to open it up. There it is. One thing that's missing on the one I uploaded is your last name and page number would actually appear up here in the right hand corner, just like it does on the other pages of your essay. Also, the works cited page is the last page of your essay. You should insert a page break and have this be on the last page of your essay. For example, if the essay was 3.5 pages long, like this assignment requires, it would end on page 4, and the works cited would start on page 5. So, a few things to notice. One, the works cited, the only time it would be work without the S is if you had only one thing on your reference sheet at the end, but that's really unusual. Normally it would be the S because you have more than one thing. This is the title of that works cited page. These are not my rules. These are MLA rules. It's not called a bibliography. It's not called references used. There's a lot of other names for a bibliography. MLA, Modern Language Association, wants works cited as a title. That appears in the center. I want you to also notice the entire thing is double spaced. There's no extra space in between the first entry by Matthew Arnold and the second entry by Eric Auerbach, and that continues throughout the entire document. Also, it's in alphabetical order by the last name of the author, as you can see just from the little bit that's showing right now. You guys are using possibly 2 excerpts from Frankenstein or the Here Be Monsters article that I sent you, plus hopefully one other thing that you found yourself. And I will send out how to write the entry for the 2 Frankenstein pieces as well as the other article, so you can be on the lookout for that in your email box. But I wanted to point out just a couple of really common types of sources that you should look at for the ones you'll be using possibly as an outside source for this paper. So 2 of the really common ones are a book. I'm going to go to Blocker. Blocker right here. Clyde Blocker. That's the author, last name, comma, first name. The reason it has that funny abbreviation et al. Is because there are 3 or more authors. So if you have 3 or more authors, you are allowed to just list the first author and then say et al., which is Latin for and others. And then it's the title of the book in italics, the name of the publisher, and the year of publication. This is a little different than it used to be. It's a little bit simpler. In fact, that's true for all of the types of citations. The latest edition of the MLA rules actually simplified things just a little bit. So if you're using a book, that's how you would do it. If you're using a journal article, it's going to be a lot more like this Frederick Bartlemy. Again, almost every single time your citations is going to start with the last name, comma, first name of the author. When I get to internet sources in a minute, a lot of times those don't have an author that's obvious. So in that case, you would just skip it and go to the next thing, whatever that is. So Frederick's title of his article was called Architecture. It appears in the journal called Kansas Quarterly, which is in italics. I want everybody to notice all the punctuation after quarterly is a comma to separate the items from each other. The volume number, the issue number, this one happens to have 2 because it was a double issue. it's more common to see it be like number 1, number 7, number 10 if it's monthly. The year of publication, and then the PP stands for pages, and that means the first page was page 77 and the last page of the article was page 80. So, the purpose of a works cited entry is so that if someone is interested in the article or source that you used in your essay, that they also can go find it easily. So keep that in mind as you're writing things. And then I'm just going to find an online source, because I imagine that's going to be a fairly common choice for people. Here is Russell Corbin. He's again the author. This is an article in a magazine, this time called Futurist, which is why the date format is slightly different. It's actually only 1 page long. This person found this article by using one of the library databases called ProQuest, and then he has the URL. He takes off the http:// you get to leave that off and just put the simpler web address. And if you cut it off and make it shorter than this even, I wouldn't mind. Again, the point is to help someone find your source later on. And then this access date, this is the date you went online and found the article. That's sort of a backup plan in case we all know the web changes from day to day, hour to hour, and so somebody might go back and try to find that, and they might find out that it's gone or it's no longer accessible. So this is your way of telling them, hey, it was there when I looked at it on February 5th, 2017. And then just one more, if there is one, and I see that there isn't. So I'm going to send you a sample in an email of how to do a purely online source that you just found by maybe searching with Google or searching with Google Scholar or looking on Wikipedia or something like this. These are not the ideal ways to search, honestly, but we haven't gotten into some of the more sophisticated ways to search for sources yet. So that's coming soon, starting next week, and we're going to have the librarians help us with that a little bit. But that's my quick little intro to this document that is currently housed on our course. Let me know if you have questions by sending a message, and I will try to make some more videos very, very soon. Take care, everybody.